the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of August, Brian, the systems that we're kind of seeing in the tropics and the Atlantic, we don't typically see this activity until August, so we're way
We
ahead
could
of
wait
schedule.
too. I wouldn't mind.
Right, yeah, it's already a lot on the forecast, so it's going to be a long summer for sure. Heat-wise and even tropical activity-wise here in the coastal bend. Here's a look outside right now for today. We saw a pretty warm afternoon here for us. A look at our tower and our Lex Cam. Partly sunny conditions throughout the day. We saw the afternoon high at 94 degrees, and even some areas got a little bit closer throughout this afternoon. But once again, as we head throughout the evening, temperatures really aren't going to change that much. Start to notice cloud coverage increase just a little bit more, expecting 82 degrees by 1 a.m. As we head into Monday morning, morning low temperatures still are going to be on the warm side. Don't expect too much change, only dropping to about 79 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 77 and 76 as we head further up north, 76 up for our friends up in Beeville. Tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures, as we notice, once again, kind of the same pattern, a little bit more cloud coverage leaving the area. Afternoon high temperatures aren't going to struggle to reach the mid 90s once again, expecting 96 here in Corpus Christi, and still seeing those winds out of the east southeast. What we're really tracking is once again that low pressure that's just south of us heading into Mexico. As that pushes on a little bit more further and most of that moisture in with that, this high pressure, that's what's limiting any rain chances from us getting some of that rain with that system down there. And that's really going to remain in place, as well as some upper level high pressures as well that's still in the forecast here for us. As that system tracks on into Mexico, that's why tomorrow we'll see conditions on the water improve a little bit more. We had that high rip current risk today. Tomorrow expecting moderate, already expecting bays to be a little bit more smoother instead of that slight chop that we saw today, and waves also going to be a little bit lower, expecting 2 to 4 feet for your Monday afternoon. The big question I know a lot of us are talking about is what does that look like for Hurricane Beryl that's next on the list behind this tropical system that's headed for Mexico right now. We start to notice as this system once again is the category for a major hurricane, our first major hurricane of the season. As that continues to track into, we still are waiting for more data to become available. We're still over a week out from that. So as we continue to monitor that, wanted to touch on some few things that'll kind of play a factor in that. These high pressures that we have kind of all just up north this system as Beryl tracks, we start to notice that we did have a few of those models really hinting more towards the west, kind of just south of us. But we notice what's really going to determine the factor is how these high pressure systems really end up playing out. Once again, we still have quite some time to do so, but just something to mention that it's really going to be a determining factor on what that high pressure is doing. But one thing that we do know is that wind shear kind of limits and suppresses that tropical activity. Already seeing a little bit some of that and really expecting a little less some of that wind shear still to be present heading into next week. Not necessarily on the darker end, which we really would like to hope to see to really have a better chance of seeing this tropical activity get suppressed a little bit more, but still the chance to have a little bit more wind shear in the forecast as we get closer to when Beryl would make landfall wherever it decides to end up going. Otherwise, this same upper high level of pressure is still going to be the determining factor of keeping things on the warm side here for us as far as the afternoon high temperatures as well as the heat index value. So especially as we're getting closer to the 4th of July, want to make sure that you have hydration really in the forecast for your plans, expecting those heat index values to reach 110. So likely we may end the week off on some heat advisories. As of right now, warm is still going to be the main story for us. Not going to start to see Beryl or those other tropics really start to get closer to us until we end the week off, getting closer into next week. Either way, temperatures are going to remain well above the average high.